Hey, what is up guys, Next Gen Productions here, and welcome to the review of the LG Tribute HD. To begin, the Tribute HD features a 5-inch TFT touchscreen that has a resolution of 720 by 1280 and has a pixel density of 294 with some pretty decent viewing angles, as you can see right here. The Tribute HD features a 8-megapixel rear autofocus camera that records in 720p. You would think a phone like this would record in 1080p, but nope. Come on, LG. But the camera comes with some useful software features like face detection, voice activation, self-timer, digital zoom, and geotagging, whereas camera shooting modes will include burst mode, panorama, and effects. Last but not least, the handset has a 5-megapixel camera up front that takes decent photos at best. Now on to hardware. The Tribute HD runs Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow and has a quad-core 1.3 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 212 processor with 1.5 GB of RAM, which will really help with multitasking and things of that nature. A Cortex A7 CPU and an Adreno 3 or 4 GPU. And it scores about, see if my camera will focus here, 9,548. Honestly, I thought this device would score like 10,000 to 12,000, but there you go, 9,548 is what you would expect with the LG Tribute HD. And as for Geekbench, we get a score of 418 for the single core score and about 1,016 for the multi-core score. Now we'll do the usual. Let's go ahead and compare it. We're not on the board. We're on the score sheet. We're not on the score sheet. So I only run these kind of benchmarks to give you an idea of how these devices run. That's pretty much it. Here is how the LG Tribute HD runs. On to storage. The Tribute HD has about 16 gigabytes of onboard storage with around 9.93 gigabytes available to the user. Really? But luckily, you can further expand storage via its micro SD card slot, which is found right on the back underneath the, well, right on top of the SD card. Fuck! On to storage. The Tribute HD features about 16 gigabytes of onboard storage with around 9.93 gigabytes available to the user. Really? Out of 16 gigabytes? But luckily you can further expand storage with its micro SD card slot, which is found on the back, or right on top of the nano SIM card slot. The handset can also support up to a 32 gigabyte SD card standard. Powering the Tribute HD is a 2,100 milliamp hour battery that can be removed, as you can see right here. Battery talk time is estimated around 15 hours, while standby time is estimated around 11 days. And now for the final part of this review, the gaming test review portion. I have downloaded the same Powerboat Racing app, so let's go ahead and see how it performs on the LG Tribute HD. Now this is a very, how you say, graphic, or less graphic intense game. Sorry for that ad. Let's go ahead and go through this process right here. And let's go ahead and start. I know that. Thank you. Just talking about the hint or tip that just popped up. Thank you. Yeah. I know how to play this game. As you can see, really no dropped frames on my end. So gameplay is, well, actually gameplay all depends on what kind of game you run. But for this simple test, this certain game runs quite well, and I don't know what happened there. It probably finished. But as you can see, gameplay on the LG Tribute HD with this particular game is rather smooth. And yes, I do realize you can see it's all red, which is actually kind of annoying, but anyway, that's beside the point. And going back home should be fast and smooth, like so. As you can see here, I'm still on the stock theme, or stock how you say, home screen with no app drawer, because as you can see here, I got all my apps on screen. I'm testing it out, and it's smooth for the most part, but it does lag every now and then. So that pretty much does it for the LG Tribute HD review. I hope you found this review informative in any way possible, and I'll see you again in the next video.